welcome back to my FC25 Southampton career. Today I just want to blast through some games and no messing about, so let's get right into it, starting with Aston Villa, who sit 5th in the league and are just off the back of a 5-2 win over Forest. Here is their possible lineup. It's gonna be a tough game, but let's hope we can cause an upset and come away with at least a point. I'd be happy with a point. Their tactical style is wing play, which is a style we've done quite well against recently, so that gives us a little bit of encouragement as well. And I think I'm going to go with the same team that played against Spurs. Maybe controversial, but I think the team can do a job if they just play okay. Wellington gets to keep his spot because I think he'll be a better matchup for Bailey than Manning. In fact, I'm actually going to change one thing. Downs comes back in for a good Ugochukwu to hopefully help us play better with the ball. And then Ablin gets to start again because Archer did pick up a knock at the end of the Spurs game, so he had a 5-day injury, so we'll just say he's not 100% fit to start. So an almost unchanged side. Let's go.
The cameras are fixed to one man. 3 goals in 3 games, and you can't argue with that. We're live on EA TV. Hello and a warm welcome to the South Coast. We find ourselves today at St Mary's Stadium. I'm Derek Ray, and adjacent to me in the commentary box is Stuart Robson. I'm looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It's Southampton up against Aston Villa.
Well, it doesn't matter how good your players are or what formation they're playing in, you have to earn the right to play. And I'm sure that will have been reiterated by both managers in the dressing room. It promises to be a really good game here.
Teammate in support. Firing it in. Great defending. He's got to score! Well, keeper getting both gloves on the ball. Well, the onus is on Southampton to win after losing last time out against Tottenham. How do you think this one will go, Stuart?
Well, away from home, I thought it was a pretty insipid display. Today, they must show more fight and determination, but confidence is low.
The crossbar got in the way! Well, he really is danger personified, but in this game, Stuart, what do you think we might see from him?
Any crosses that come into the box today, he will pose a threat. He's a brilliant header of the ball.
Quite possibly a yellow card as the flow was stopped. And following the infringement, a caution.
Yeah, no surprise there. That was always going to be a booking.
Firing it towards goal! And the keeper grabbing hold of that free kick. And whipped into the box. Well, mopping up defensively. That's a good-looking pass. Really fine piece of defending play to break us up. Here's Tielemans. Definitely look as though they want to make this move count. Magnificent challenge to win it back. Corombato. Lucadinha. Still passing it around with authority. And goes for goal! Well, that's how to hit them. Not quite accurate enough, though. Lucadinha. Walker-Peters. It's there for him. And collected tidily. He had plenty to think about.
Well, it felt like that was all us, so I'm a bit surprised that the possession was only 54% in our favour. Despite it being all us, I still felt like we struggled to create anything good, really, so I'm also a bit surprised that we managed as many as 4 shots. I think our best opportunity probably came just before half-time when Walker-Peters played that low cross to Ablin, and he just got ahead of the defenders, but his first touch was terrible, so the keeper collected it before he could shoot. The shots we did get away, I think, were more like half chances, which is probably why I don't really remember them. It's definitely an improvement on the Spurs game. I do think Downs makes a difference in midfield. On the flip side, I think this has probably been Colombato's worst game since he signed, so that has perhaps contributed to the poor showing so far. As long as we don't concede an early goal like we did last week, then we might make it through okay.
Into the second half then, and these two sides are locked together. Just can't really choose between them at the moment. Onana. Will he play it in? An opportunity to forge ahead from this corner situation. And over it comes. Well, the header not troubling the goalkeeper. Corombato. Cornet has it. Now with Downs. He has teammates around him. That's a good-looking ball. Can he put it away? Oh, he's missed, but by a minuscule margin.
Well, he couldn't have made better contact than that. His technique is brilliant. He's so unlucky there.
Cornet. Moving the ball nicely, but can they forge ahead? It's always likely to be the goalkeeper's ball. It will be decision time, the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final, and you'll see it live with us here on EA TV. It's Aston Villa facing Manchester City.
What a good second leg that should be. The first leg had lots of quality, and I'm expecting more of the same.
Tremendous block. Corombato. Can he put them in front? Will it happen for them? Every goalkeeper would expect to catch that one. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Flynn Downs. Walker-Peters. And scope for them to produce something exciting. And the keeper there to make sure nothing untoward happened. Walker-Peters. And tidy defensive play. Watkins. Oh, good-looking run. Can he put it in? Well, the keeper is happy the bar was there. Well, able to survive that attacking push.
Well, this is a really good finish to the game. Villa was so close to taking the lead there.
Well, they're on the ball, and they've just got to forget about that moment of misfortune. Watkins. 0-0 it remains, but not for the want of trying.
Well, that was a decent effort, but overall, the defences have been on top in this game.
It's not lost on them what a goal could mean at this late stage. And with that, the referee brings this match to an end. Both sides have their moments over the course of the 90 minutes, but it finishes in a stalemate. Stuart, what did you make of it all?
Well, yes, Derek, probably not the best game. I don't think either team played to their full potential. The final ball was often lacking, and the chances they did create, they were unable to take advantage of. A bit disappointing, really, as I was expecting more.
I mean, generally we played okay, but whenever we tried to play a killer pass into the final third, or to be honest, even just a simple ball into the final third, we just couldn't find our man. At least Colombato was more like his usual self in the second half. He was much improved. Fernandes had a few shots at goal, but that one from close range after Dublin's wee chip ball over the defence, he has to hit the target. Some would probably say he has to score from there, but I'd have accepted him just hitting it straight at Martinez. So, Yeah, Fernandes was quite disappointing today. Ablin still hasn't had a proper clear-cut chance, so I'm still not sure about him. And whenever Watkins got the ball, or got near the ball for Villa, I had the absolute fear. Especially that chance when he was through. I thought for sure he was scoring, but luckily the bar was our friend today. We might actually be quite lucky to get away with that point, to be honest. Could have easily lost it, but 0-0 it finished, so it's a good point despite the relatively poor performance. Now a quick little mess around before our next match. The Champions League semi-final teams have been decided. It was another tight match-up for Arsenal, but they again go through after beating Dortmund 2-1 on aggregate. Leverkusen did most of the work in the first leg and made sure to finish the job in the second, beating Atletico 4-1 over the two legs. Villa and City won 1-0 away at each other's grounds, so on it went to penalties and it was City that came out on top, winning the shootout 3-2. And finally, after a 2-0 win for Inter at the San Siro, a 1-0 draw at Anfield was enough to see the Italian side through with an aggregate score of 3-1. And so the semi-finals are Bayer Leverkusen versus Internazionale Milano, and another All-England tie as Arsenal face Manchester City. In the Europa League, Manchester United face Ferencváros, and Frankfurt face Galatasaray. While in the Conference League, it's Fiorentina versus Copenhagen, and Hearts, yes, of Midlothian, versus AEK Athens. Interesting stuff. Back to our business now though, and up next are the Hammers. This should be a game that we can win, but they did just beat the league leaders, so maybe we shouldn't underestimate them. Their possible lineup looks a bit chaotic on paper, but I'm sure it makes plenty of sense on the pitch. Their tactical style is also wing play, so that's another reason for us to be fairly confident. For our lineup, I've brought Manning back in. Kudus is quick, but he's also quite small, so I think Manning should be able to handle him well enough. Ablin was asking for another chance, so he's getting it, but if he's not involved in a goal before the 60th minute, then I'm going to take him off. Let's see how it goes then.
Our camera lens trained on one man. He's been in terrific form as evidenced by 4 goals in 3 games. Stay with us. Hello from the London Stadium, and the weather gods have been kind to us. It's a sunny day in this part of the English capital. I'm Derek Ray, and my commentary partner, as always, is Stuart Robson. And very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It's West Ham United, and they take on Southampton.
Thanks, Derek. Well, both managers will be reminding their players of starting the game quickly, pinning the opposition back, playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully we get a really good game here.
Well, we're at the business end of the season now, and when you look at the top of the table, still unclear. It might be! And a goal! That is a very bright start. Perfect way to open.
Well, I have to say, this is a really good goal. Just look how well balanced he is. He knows he's going to be under pressure, but he shows great composure to hit the target.
And tidily played. Well, that's the sign of a well-organised defence. And goal news to bring you from the Brentford game. Here's Alex with an update.
It's a goal for Brentford. They've scored the opener here with 13 minutes played.
Cheers, Alex. And taken cleanly by the goalkeeper.
Tickets for the next game are available for sale.
Beautifully weighted ball. Could be. Oh, it was there for him.
Well, it's not a good finish, is it? That was a glorious opportunity.
Kudus. What can the Hammers do from this position? Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Oh, good vision. Can he put it away? And still danger here. Oh, chance taken. There is opportunism for you. But a disappointed goalkeeper.
Well, here it is again, and I feel a bit sorry for the goalkeeper. He makes a good save to start with, but where are his defenders following in? Instead, it's the attacker who's alert. He gets to the ball first, and it's a good finish.
Crescencio Somerville. Well, possibilities inside the box. Well, he so badly wanted to net another one, but the keeper playing his part.
Well, maybe that should have been his second, but you can see another one coming. He's playing so well here.
Somerville. Oh, managing to beat him. And the keeper making sure that there were no scraps to feed on for the attackers. Well, they win the throw. Could be dangerous. Well, it nearly worked out. Kudus. Oh, this looks useful. Well, from that position, he really should be doing more to work the goalkeeper. Corombato. Committed challenge. Oh, that's an expert piece of defending. Walker-Peters. Santiago Corombato. Still pushing for the goal that would put them ahead, but not forcing it. Must take the lead here. Oh, the post denied him.
I thought their team looked quite chaotic on paper, but I guess it does actually translate onto the pitch as well, because that first half felt, well, quite chaotic. I didn't even know who that Bonnie boy was before this game, but it turns out he's now playing and scoring for Inter Milan in real life, so I guess it's a superb acquisition for West Ham in game. But anyway, he went through and scored after some poor defence on my part. I was probably a bit too eager to get the ball and just mistimed some tackles. It's been a bit end to end. Ableen went through and probably should have scored, or at least squared it, but he dragged his shot wide. I keep thinking he's left footed for some reason, but he's not. Maybe if I'd got it onto his right foot, he'd have scored, but still, that was a golden chance. We did get the equaliser eventually though. Some nice play ended with Dibbling forcing a save, and then Fernandes turned in the rebound. There's definitely more goals in this game. I think we can really hurt their three-man defence, so let's hope we get the majority of those goals in the second half.
Underway then in the second half, and the two teams matching each other just about stride for stride. Who can he pick out? Tremendous intuition to win it back. And West Ham in a position of menace. Cross could be useful. What a vital intervention. Well, after pressing like that, maybe the short route to goal. Well, he's placed it wide. And into the last 30 minutes now. Big chance. And they have possession again. And passing it through. He's in behind the defence here. Oh, incredible save, and he snuffed out the danger. Archer. Now a decent position. Cuts it back. Every goalkeeper would expect to catch that one. Paqueta. Well, we can give them high marks for their passing, but can they make this pressure count? Well, good technique in terms of how he struck it. Something you don't see every day of the week. A triple substitution here. Ben Brereton. The emphasis very much on attack. Is this the moment? Oh, can you believe it? With so little time left, surely that will be the winner. Amazing scenes here.
Well, here it is again, and the pace in which they break forward is devastating. It's so hard to defend against, and then he almost mishits this, to be honest. You just wonder if that deceived the keeper and caught him off guard. Either way, they all count the same.
5 minutes left. He's going forward well here. Dangerous ball. And the danger is averted. Lucas Paqueta. And the ball in behind the defenders. Teammates in the middle, making sure nothing untoward happened. And the snuffing. Oh, what a save to keep them in front.
Well, that should have been the equaliser, but it's probably a match-winning save from the keeper.
Corner kick played in. And swept out of there. It was on its way in. And a useful cross. This could be it. And that will be all for this match anyway. It goes down as a Southampton success story. How would you sum this up?
Yes, Derek, sometimes it takes a while to eventually get the better of the opposition, and that was the case here. They kept going, and they eventually got their reward.
Well, I was almost right. There was one other goal. I really thought there'd be more. There really should have been more. If West Ham had the chances we had, I think there would have been a few goals, definitely. So many great chances that we squandered. I even gave Ablin a chance to impress from left mid, but he was disappointing out there as well. We did eventually get the goal, perhaps with a slice of luck, but I'd say Archer earned that luck. After a great run and a brilliant cross from Brereton Diaz, Archer controlled it expertly with his chest before his shot had just too much power for Fabianski to keep it out. For them, Somerville was a bit of a menace. Walker-Peters was in trouble for a lot of the game, but fortunately for us, Somerville had no real end product. Füllkrug came close a few times, and his thunderous volley right at the end really tested Ramsdale, but our keeper got a couple of strong hands to it and kept it out to help see out the win. I didn't think West Ham had that much of the ball at the time, but from going over the highlights, it's clear they did have quite a bit more than I thought. However, 59% still seems a bit high, but whatever. 3 points are coming home with the Saints. We managed to finally pull ourselves out of the relegation zone after that win at the London Stadium, but we were only out for about a day before Leicester stunned everyone by beating league leaders Liverpool 3-1. I think Liverpool are trying their best to lose the league at this point because they lost to West Ham the week before as well. They had quite a big lead at the top of the table the last time I looked, but now it's down to just 3 points. Granted, they do have a game in hand over Arsenal, but with the form they're in, they'll probably lose that too. Who cares about the top of the table anyway? Back to the real drama. Fulham are next up for us, and they're having an above average season, I'd say. They just beat Chelsea 3-1 and are currently sitting at 9th, but they're still in reach of that last European spot in 7th. So let's take a look at their possible lineup. It's a solid squad, there's some ballers in there, but I think we can beat them. Kick and rush is their tactical style. If I remember correctly, in the reverse fixture we basically gifted them the first goal, so if that didn't happen, it could have been a completely different game. We've definitely improved since then, which brings us to our lineup and what I believe to be our strongest 11 at the minute anyway. There shouldn't be any problems with the kits at this time, so let's go out there and get revenge for my first league game in charge.
Building to a crescendo all week, and very shortly it will be for real. We have all the action for you live. Hello, a warm welcome. We've dropped anchor here on the south coast of England at St Mary's Stadium. My name is Derek Ray, and my commentary partner, as usual, is Stuart Robson. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Southampton, and they take on Fulham.
Well, Derek, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out, who will affect the game, and who will have the greater desire? It should be a cracking game, though.
And here's how the lineup looks for Southampton.
Well, I think they have a nice balance to their team. A solid back four, 2 holding midfielders, 3 creative players in advance of them, and a mobile centre forward. It's a good team.
And here's the starting 11 for Fulham.
Well, in this shape, their 2 holding midfield players will be key today. If they can get on the ball and dictate the play, protect the two centre-backs, it will then allow the attacking players to show their creative quality.
Well, the home side know full well they've got to do an awful lot better in an attacking sense. Stuart, just look at their record.
Well, I'm not surprised by their lack of goals. Their approach play is far too predictable. It lacks invention and guile, which makes it almost impossible for the forwards to find.
Oh, Stuart, they might be onto something here. Well, I think fair to say, Stuart, not one for his personal scrapbook.
Well, that's really wayward. His technique completely let him down there.
Well, wilting under the pressure, and now they try to go forward. And he's hit it with authority! Well, terrific defending to stop them progressing. Walker-Peters. Can he put it away? And a goal! Now they have their opener, and now they can celebrate.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a really inviting ball played into the box, begging players to attack it. And then the shot could not be hit any better. Struck with such venom.
Fruitful looking attack. Walker-Peters. Electing to shoot. And that is offside. Iwobi. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. He'll have a go here. And the keeper throws himself at the ball. Let's see about the delivery. Clearance needed to be better. The save was a good one. Clean challenge. Distributing it well. Can he do it? Ball is loose. Now sending it in. Oh, goodness me, he's hit the post. And he clears the danger. Plenty of support here. Dangerous looking through ball. Determined defending. Archer. Cornet has it. And can they exploit the space out wide? And nothing comes of that attack. Emile Smith-Rowe. And a passing sequence that's easy on the eye. Big chance to get them on terms. Oh, it's a penalty in the opinion of the referee. And maybe they'll be able to level this up. Well, his name and number have been taken as well, Stuart.
And quite rightly so. It was a poor challenge. He was right to give a penalty to the referee, and he's right to give the yellow card.
An opportunity to level matters. The keeper going in the right direction and saving it. The cross is on. Giving it a try. And fine goalkeeping. Well, totalling up all the stoppages. Well, a real opening now. Well, it might still work out for them. The pressure was high, and they could be in here. Well, thumped clear. Well, there we have it. That brings to an end the first half here at St Mary's.
So that turned out to be quite an eventful half in the end. We dominated the early stages and got a nice goal as a reward for that domination. Archer maybe should have scored a wee bit earlier than we did, but we'll forgive him because he set up Fernandez very nicely for the goal that we did score. We played some nice stuff before Fulham started coming into it. We defended quite well, even Diblin was getting back and helping out. He's impressed me so far in attack and defence. It looks like Colin Battle is injured though, so we'll probably have to take him off. That could be partly to blame for the penalty. He couldn't run properly, so Iwobi was given a bit more space than we would want to give him. And then Harwood Bellis was just too far away, so he was on the stretch when he slid in to try and block the shot. And he caught Iwobi late, so no complaints there, it was a penalty. Was a wee bit disappointed though, because I didn't think they'd done enough to deserve being level, so I was very happy when Ramsdale made the save. 1-0 at half time and a penalty save to preserve the lead. We really need to try and build on this now in the second half.
So the two teams have switched around and the second half is underway. It might be on for them. Has eyes for goal. Keeper did his job to begin with. Passing it around as the search goes on for an equaliser. Pretty routine there for the goalkeeper. Flynn Downs moving into the advanced position, but a good piece of defending to bring it to an end. Rodrigo Muniz. Oh dear, well that's not one that's going to linger long in the memory. And he's beaten him here. Well, nothing for them to worry about in the end, good defending. And they continue to advance, and a lot of options here. Really have to get it spot on to finish from there. Maxwell Cornet. In position. Oh, it's in! A two-goal cushion now, and the lead fully merited.
Well, here's the replay. Watch how he goes past his man with such ease, and it's just a change of pace. And the finish is just as good. That's an excellent goal.
Chance maybe to use their counter-attacking ability to good effect. And let's give credit to the defending. Now look at this, they might be able to cash in here. And the cross goes in. And gobbled up with ease by the keeper.
The fans are enjoying what they're seeing here today, Derek.
Alex with the info as ever. Shot attempted. Can he deliver it with accuracy? And did his job defensively. Can he get one back? He can! And who's to say there's not enough time for them to level matters? It would be quite the story.
Well, as you can see, this is a wonderful strike. He makes the perfect connection, and he has so much pace on it. It's a great goal.
Well, it's almost over, but not quite. The fans still with a bit of nail-biting to do, Stuart.
Well, it's been a really good contest, you have to say. But overall, I think they've just about deserved to be in the lead here. Can they now just see this game through for what will be an excellent win?
Now they're going to alter things. Here's the substitution. Walker-Peters. Good-looking cross. And it's a moment he would like to have back, if possible. And the referee blows the whistle. That brings this match to an end, and all is well in the Southampton camp.
Well, they were so much better going forward today. There was more movement, more forward runs, and some good individual performances. They just played with far more freedom. It's a great result for them.
Well, that half felt a lot tougher, but we held on for the win. Fulham were much better, even just on the ball they were stronger and harder to get it off of. Ugochukwu is probably more defensive than Colombato, but he seemed like he was having a harder time in there. They obviously had more of the ball as possession levelled itself out. We only managed 3 shots that half, while they more than doubled their efforts, though many of them were pretty poor efforts from range. Despite our lack of efforts, we managed to get another goal from one of them, so it was nice to get that cushion. I'd have expected Leno to save that one, considering other saves he made throughout the game, but we won't complain. We brought on some fresher legs to try and see it out, cleared the corner, but they came right back at us, and it just seemed like everyone stood still to watch we pull a goal back. So it made for a nervy end to the game, and we took Harwood Bellis off just because he was already on a yellow. We didn't want to risk it, and we were able to see the game through. So it's another massive win, and we got our revenge. Thankfully, Colombato only bruised his elbow, so he'll be back in action next week. It looked like Archer may have took a knock as well, but I guess he's fine because there's nothing from the physio about that. And there's more good news. We are out of the relegation zone. We'd been in there for so long, and then we finally got out for a day, and then we were back in. But now we're back out. We were in, out, and now we're shaking it all about because we're doing the Hokey Cokey in the relegation zone, and that really is what it's all about. But yeah, we are out, and it will be for at least a week this time, as Leicester could only manage a point away at bottom side Wolves. 2-2 it finished there, which means we are now 2 points ahead of Leicester with only 4 games to go. We're so close and yet still so far away, but guess who's up next? It could only be Leicester. It's a must win for both teams. So make sure to tune in to the next one to see how it goes down. I hope to see you there. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.